Hi, beautiful beings. I'm Crystal and welcome back to day 14 of this 31-day self-love yoga journey. Today we are going to ignite. So get yourself ready and let's begin. We're going to get started today standing up nice and tall at the top of your mat. So take your feet around hip distance apart. Relax through the shoulders, palms face forward. Close the eyes here. So just taking a wee moment to settle into this practice before we start to move through a sun salutation variation. So this is a way to warm ourselves up, to energize ourselves, and also to honor the sun, the masculine energies of the sun. So just taking a moment to check in with the breath here before we get moving. Noticing the quality of your breath. Feeling the foot to earth connection here. When you're ready, we're going to inhale, lift and reach the fingertips up to the sky. Lean back slightly and exhale, forward fold, bending the knees as much as you need to. From here, we're going to step or jump back towards a plank position. So you can start by taking one foot back and the other. And when you arrive in plank, please know that you can lower the knees and lift the feet for a variation. Wherever you are, with an exhale, with as much control as possible, we're going to lower all the way down to the belly. Forehead kisses the earth. And with an inhale, we're going to loop the shoulders up and back, open the heart, cobra. Exhale, float the forehead down. We're going to make our way to downward dog, so tuck your toes under, press away from the earth, send the hips up and back. Lengthening through the spine, tucking the chin gently towards the chest. Gripping through your fingertips. And we're going to anchor our left foot down to the ground. And with an inhale, lift and reach the right leg up. Bend through the knee to open up through the hips. And exhale to take the foot down. Now anchoring the right foot down, inhale, lift and reach opposite leg up as high as you can. Bend through the knee to open up the hips. Exhale to release. With an inhale, take your gaze forward and we're going to step our feet up to meet the backs of our hands. So we can take baby steps, we can jump, we can hop. Landing in your forward fold. Let the head get heavy. Maybe shake the head a little bit yes, a little bit no. With an inhale, we're going to lift up halfway. Hands slide to the shins or the thighs, coming to a nice neutral spine. And with an exhale, soften and fold. Inhale, lift and rise all the way up to the sky. Palms kiss overhead. Lean back slightly. And exhale, float the arms down. Taking a moment here to loop the shoulders up, round and back. So inhale to lift the shoulders to the ears. Exhale as they come around and behind. Really hugging the shoulder blades behind the heart space to open up through the chest. Helping to release any tightness that we may have in the shoulders. Doing this a few more times. And with your next exhale, release the shoulders down. With an inhale, lift and reach up, lean back slightly, and exhale, soften and fold. From our forward fold, making your way back to plank pose, your variation. You can step, you can jump, you can keep the knees lifted or lower them down. And so from your plank position, we can either exhale, lower all the way down to the belly, or we can exhale, lower halfway for chaturanga, and inhale, keeping the knees lifted, pressing up to up dog. So open through the chest, you cobra or up dog. And with an exhale, send the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. With an inhale, take your gaze forward. Step the right foot up in between the hands. We're going to come flat on the back foot so the heels are aligned. Back toes pointed towards the top, same corner of the mat. Connect to your roots, and with an inhale, lift up, fingertips reaching up towards the sun for warrior one. So our hips are shining forward, front knee over the front ankle, lengthening through the spine, holding this position in your warrior power. Feel your strength, feel that inner fire. Remembering to stay connected to the breath. And with an exhale, float the hands down to the earth and step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, take the gaze forward, step the opposite foot between the hands. Lower the back foot so the heels are lined, back toes pointed towards the top, same corner of the mat. Connect to your roots, and with an inhale, lift up, warrior one. Resting your gaze on one singular point to help you focus. Reaching up towards the sun, welcoming in its goodness, its radiance. Tuning in with the breath. And with an exhale, float the hands down, step back, downward dog. With your next inhale, take your gaze forward and make your way to the top of the mat. Forward folds. Invitation here to cradle your elbows and sway from side to side from the hips. Ragdoll. Finding a nurturing sway here, helping us to rinse and release, stretching out through the backs of the legs, decompressing through the spine. And with an exhale, float the hands down. Inhale, we lift up halfway, hands to the shins or the thighs. And exhale to soften. Inhale, we're going to lift and rise all the way up, reach up, lean back slightly. And exhale, float the hands down. Let's now open up through the neck, through the throat. With an inhale, lift the gaze up. And exhale to take one ear over your shoulder. Continue the journey as you tuck your chin down towards the chest, lengthen through the top of the spine. And inhale to open back up. Exhale as you bow your head to your heart. Inhale, opening up through the throat, through the neck. Let's now take it the opposite direction, switch. Feeling into all the sensations. Connecting the movement to the breath. One more circle here. And lifting your head back over your heart. With your next inhale, lift and rise up to the sky, lean back slightly, and exhale to fold. Stepping or jumping back to plank pose, your variation. With an exhale, lowering all the way to the belly or halfway for chaturanga. Keep the elbows close to the side of the ribcage wherever you are as you open the chest, up dog or cobra. With an exhale, we're going to send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Start to bend through one knee at a time. Helping to warm up through the backs of the legs. From here, finding stillness. And we're going to lower both the knees down, coming to a tabletop position. So from our tabletop, with our wrists under our shoulders and our knees under the hips, with an inhale, we're going to lift and extend the right leg behind us. With your next inhale, lift and reach opposite arm out in front of you. Option to stay here in a balancing pose, or to engage the core, we're going to bend through the knee and the elbow, round through the spine as we take knee to elbow underneath us. And inhale to stretch. Twice more. So exhale to crunch. Inhale to reach. Last one. And the next time you inhale and reach, really reach. See if you can go just a little bit further. And exhale, float it down. Same thing on the other side. So inhale, extend the opposite leg behind you. And reaching the other arm out in front. Either staying here in a balancing position, or exhale, crunch, knee to elbow beneath the body. Inhale to reach. Exhale to crunch. Just one more time. The next time you reach, see if you can reach just a tiny bit further. And exhale, float it down. From here, walking the hands an inch or two in front of where they are, keeping them shoulder distance apart, fingertips spread out nice and wide, tuck the toes under and lift up, downward dog. With your next inhale, take your gaze forward, make your way to the top of your mat, forward fold. With an inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale to soften and fold. Inhale, lift and rise all the way up, nice and high. Lean back slightly. And we're going to go ahead and dive all the way back down. Step one foot back, lower that knee. Step the other foot back, lower that knee. Cross the ankles behind. And coming through to a seat. So as always, we're going to finish this practice in a little bit of stillness. So because this is a more activating yoga sequence, you can stay in a seat like myself, or if you want to lie down, you absolutely can. We're not going to be here for too long. Just taking a moment of stillness to allow for all of the goodness of the practice to settle in. Closing the eyes, just observing how we feel after this flow. Activating this inner fire whilst honoring the sun through our sequence. Taking nice deep breaths. Knowing that you can stay in stillness for as long as you need. If you're ready to reawaken and start to invite some movement into the body, you can move the fingers, the toes, open through the eyes. Take any stretch that feels good to you. And we'll seal this practice in from the seat position, finding length through the spine. With an inhale, we're gonna lift and reach fingertips up and overhead. Exhale as our hands come down in front of the heart. Breathing in here. And as you breathe out, bow your head to your heart in honor of yourself for showing up for this practice. And bowing in honor of the sacred practice of yoga. Sealing this practice in any way that feels right for you. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.